Hey y'all. What's up, everybody? Hey, Brittany. So, what's up, you guys? Welcome to our Wednesday night live stream here on the YouTubes. Um, so, what I've decided, you guys, is that we're going to do a live stream, I think, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we just talk about, like recovery from addiction. We can talk about anything that you guys are struggling with, or anything that I'm struggling with, or what's going on in the world that day, which just whatever we want to talk about. So come on in if y'all don't mind. Do your girl a favor and help me by liking the video and sharing the video. If you're one of my people from Facebook, do me a solid and share this video over to Facebook. Okay. Hey, Monica, what's up, girl? And I'm going to do the same. So let me see if I can figure out how to do it from my phone. I don't know how to do. Okay, I guess I don't know how to do it. Poops. That sucks. Okay. Crap. Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm going to do this. I hope y'all are all having a good night. And then also, okay, let me do that, put that. Okay, there we go. I put that on here. Hey guys, hey Joe, hey Jamie. Okay, so I just put my PayPal link in the comment section. Please don't feel like you have to send anything. I just would rather, if you're going to send like a super chat on YouTube, don't send it there because they take all the money. So I'd rather you send it to the PayPal. That's only if you were planning on doing it. You don't have to do that at all. So what's up, you guys? Hey Joe, hey Jamie, hey Marilyn, what's up? Can you help me find Matt in my town? Yeah, I can help you find MAT in your town. Also, there's MAT through telemedicine with Recovery Delivered, and it's super cheap. I can put the link to them too in the comment section. Boom, chakalaka laka. It's $49 with my name, which is the code. Recovery Delivered. Delivered.com/Nicole. Okay. Thanks, Joe. Shout out to you, babe. So yeah, that Recovery Delivered link I just put in the chat. If you go there and use my name when you set your appointment up, they'll give you your first appointment for $49, and then after that, it's $89 per appointment. If you're already an established Suboxone taker, like if you've already been on it, then they'll put you on a monthly regimen, so you'll just pay $89 a month. If you're a brand new patient, you will have to see the doctor, I think, every 2 weeks for the first month or so. So just make sure you talk to them about that before, and they let you know exactly what it is. But it's $49 with my name, Nicole, for your first appointment. So today when I was over on TikTok, we were all sitting there hanging out. We were talking about like things that we were struggling with, and a lot of girls were commenting about struggling with weight gain in recovery. Hey Billy, I've been seeing all y'all's comments. Thank you for commenting. I've been reading your comments, babe. Been watching all your videos for the last couple of weeks. Love what you do and everything you stand for. The pharmacies in my area won't fill a script from online. That's great that you pointed that out. So Recovery Delivered actually has their own pharmacy. So if you do go through them, they can ship your medication straight to your door. So just so you know. I hope that helps. So a lot of people we were all talking about, they were talking about how they were struggling with the weight gain in recovery. And so I thought I could talk to you guys about that because I got a lot of experience with it. I just recently have started to lose weight. I lost a little bit over 30 pounds, but it's been over like a 7 or 8 month period of time. So I've been doing it really, really slow. But I've been trying to really trying to stay consistent and not binge eat in the evening times. And that was one of the things that I had struggled with when I got sober, was binge eating disorder. So, and they ship it right. Yes, because I think you have to sign for it. Yes, Jamie. Yes. So whenever I first got sober, I was a hot mess express. No, me and my husband, we were fighting for custody of our son. Okay. So we were really just in a really bad place. We were really depressed. I had just given birth to my son a year prior to that. So when I gave birth to Nate, y'all, I think I gained 50 pounds with my son. That was about it. 50 pounds. And so I was like 200 pounds when I gave birth to my son. And so after I gave birth to my son, I lost all the weight. I got down to like 175 or 165, which is okay weight for me, right? Well, then when we got sober, I started gaining it slowly but surely, slowly but surely. They don't take insurance, you guys. Recovery Delivered is just cash pay. You can use your insurance at your pharmacy, but if you can't go to the pharmacy, then I think it's cash pay at their pharmacy too. But it doesn't hurt to ask. You just go to did I put that link in here? I know there's a way for me to pin these comments so y'all can have them. I'll just put it in here again. But if you have any questions about Recovery Delivered, you guys can always just message me. Just text my cell phone. It's 501-258-1833. And I will give you the information. Okay? Okay, there's my cell phone number. Oh, my feet are cramping. So, and just so you guys know, this is a channel where we support and we celebrate all forms of recovery. I am currently on Suboxone. I've been on Suboxone since July 13th, or no, since August of 2015. When I got on subs, I had actually went into treatment for 30 days and I got off everything. And when I came out of treatment, my husband had got on Suboxone. And I don't know about you guys, but if you guys have ever been in a relationship in active addiction, we all know what happens when one of us has medicine and the other one don't. Honey, I'd be taking that shit. And so when my husband told me he had got on subs, I was like, oh, hell no. I was mad at him because I was like, you're just trying to manipulate the system. You're just trying to stay high. Hey, Soul Sniper, that's so nice. Thank you. You're just trying to stay high. That's what you're trying to do. And in all actuality, my husband, I'm so glad that he decided to get on subs, you guys, because it ended up saving my life. Because I was a chronic relapser. I had been in and out of the 12-step programs and AA, NA, sober livings and rehabs for 10 years. And I had never been able to really succeed in any of those programs. And so when I got on Suboxone, it ended up saving my life. So my husband got on Suboxone. I got mad at him at first, but then I decided to get on it, and I've been sober ever since. Okay. And that was 7.5 years ago. I'll have 8 years in July. I haven't relapsed on any mood or any drugs, like any illegal substances. I take my medication as it's prescribed. And I also take Wellbutrin and Lexapro because those are both prescribed to me also. But I built this channel right here that you're on. I built this channel because I was telling my story on Facebook in 2016. And I was sharing about being on Suboxone, and people made fun of me. People made fun of me. People told me that I wasn't sober. People told me that I wasn't in recovery. People told me that I should not even be sharing my story and I should not be trying to help anyone. And so when that happened, I got really, really fucking discouraged, and I left Facebook and I started my YouTube channel, and the rest is history. I bought Matt off the street and been living a normal life finally, but I need my own script because when I can't find any, or yes, Jamie, exactly. And Jamie, like, I'm so proud of you for being honest about that, because a lot of us get started on our medication assisted treatment by buying it off the streets. Okay. I mean, it is what it is, right? It happens to the best of us. And so the fact that you're wanting to get your own prescription, that shows that you're trying to be in recovery, because if you weren't, you would still just be buying it off the streets and be doing things that way, so good job. I'm proud of you. And it's probably going to be a lot fucking cheaper than buying it off the streets, honey. I know here in Arkansas, it's $20 a strip. How much you paying? I mean, that's a lot of money, you know? How did you get Soul Sniper? How did you get so pretty? You're so sweet. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. I really appreciate that compliment. And I don't really feel like that a lot of times, but I had just had somebody comment that on my TikTok, and people don't normally comment that to me. So when somebody commented on my TikTok today, it made me feel so good. And I was like, thank you so much. It really, really did, because I have been so down on myself for so long because of my weight and my struggles, with my weight gain and my depression, that it's really easy to like not ever feel good about yourself, you know? But I'll tell you this, what really, really has helped me is like, I have been working really hard on not eating at night. And that's really what has helped me to lose weight. Now, if you guys, I was like 240 pounds, which was really, really heavy for me. And I'm still really heavy for me. I still need to lose like 40 more pounds, but it's a start, and it makes me feel so much better. But I don't ever want you guys to feel like you need to do that or anything, because you just need to work on staying sober. And if that's all you can do is stay sober, then do that. And that's how it was for me when I first got sober. When I first got sober, the best thing I could do was stay sober. I couldn't focus on trying to lose weight. I couldn't focus on trying to go to the gym. All I could do was focus on my recovery, which was therapy, meetings, I had a sponsor. I had all of this stuff, right? Thank you. Oh, yes. It's hella hard not to eat at night. I know, girl, especially if you're on MAT treatment. So if you're on MAT, put a 1 in the chat. Because if you're on MAT, a lot of us have like sugar cravings. And I don't know about you guys, but mine always come in the evening time. You guys, I'm so bad. Like, I still do this. I have my husband go and get me gummy bears because I just love me a good bag of gummy bears or some gummy worms, Bye, Soul Sniper. Love you. Thank you, baby. Thank you for making me feel good today. So yeah, if you're on MAT, I know a lot of us have like major sugar cravings, and so and that's what it's from. When my husband was on methadone, when I first met him, he was so chubby, a lot chubby. He's like skinny now, but he was chubby when I first met him because he was on methadone and it made him crave sweets. So he would eat sweets at all hours of the night. So anyway, hey Ava, what's up? So what do you guys want to talk about? Do y'all want to talk about weight gain and recovery? Do you want to talk about relationships and recovery? That's another thing that we were talking about tonight. I'll talk about it anyway. So I had seen a video on TikTok where this girl was talking about how her and her husband got sober and stayed sober was they had to separate from each other. And I was like, ugh. My husband was listening to it too. And I said, hell no, I ain't letting you go nowhere. Because if I had separated from my husband, he would have went off the deep end. He would have went off the deep end and died or something, But for some people that works, For me and my husband, we both had to like really start, like we had to sit down and have like a come to Jesus meeting with each other and find out if we were both on the same page and we wanted the same things in life. Like, do you want to get sober and do you want to be a parent? Because if you don't, kick rocks and I'll take care of our son by myself, And we both really wanted to work hard to get our baby back, and we didn't want to lose him. And we didn't know how to stay sober. So that was all scary and new to us, but we knew that we loved each other. And so, we've had our struggles throughout my sobriety and his sobriety. Neil has struggled a lot with relapse and just really, really having a hard time with, he finally has found a job where he doesn't have to work like a bunch of hours and be over people. That was one thing that was super unhealthy. Hey, Skylar, hey, Marilyn. Thanks, girl. One thing that was super unhealthy for my husband was he started working a job immediately in his recovery, right, straight out the gate. That was like super duper physically demanding, but also he had to be the manager over people. And something about us drug addicts is that we're like super duper people pleasers and we are friends with everybody, right? And so my husband made all friends with all of his employees. And so what happens when you make friends with employees? They don't do their damn work. They disrespect your ass a lot of the times. I learned that the hard way in management also. And so that ended up causing my husband so much stress because he was having to do the work for them, and so it ended up just stacking up and stacking up and stacking up. And that was a big reason why my husband struggled with relapsing. Like, since he's gotten his job that he has now, he hasn't had any troubles with relapsing. Yeah. And being and having a job like that stresses you out all the time and that you're not happy at, and then you come home to your family, it's fucking torture, dude. It's torture. And so I can remember he would work like 12 in the afternoon till like 12 at night, basically, and me and my son would never get to see him. Like, he would be gone all the time, and so it was just me and my little boy. And this is where I like beat myself up a little bit, because I feel like I should have done more when my son was smaller, but I was all by myself at the house, and I don't like have any of my family here in Little Rock, and I don't really have any friends here. So it would just be me and my little boy. And so I kind of think back to that, and I wish that I had, like, gotten us out of the house and like done stuff with like other people and stuff like that. And but I didn't, because like I said, I don't really have any people that I really feel like I can hang out with here. And I still don't have people I hang out with here in Little Rock. It's just me and my husband and my son, and you guys. That's how I like get some kind of like being social with people, is by being online with you guys, because I really just don't. I don't know if it's like I just kind of feel like I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to trust somebody and then them fuck over my trust, you know? And to me, like, I love my husband. He's amazing. He's a very good looking man. He's very smart. And I can just see it now, me having a girl over that's my friend and her trying to get with my man, and then I'm going to have to catch a case. And so I would rather just be, with my family. Maybe that's kind of bad, but I don't know. But that's how me and Neil how our relationship, I feel like we have just really been able to communicate with each other. We haven't had like outside stressors, like stupid shit like that happening, or like friends that we're friends with that get mad at us for some reason. Like, we haven't had any of those outside stressors. And for the most part, it's been good. I just wish that I had done more with my little boy when he was younger. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'm doing it now, so that's all that matters, Um, Oh, thanks, Skylar. I appreciate you, babe. Okay, Jamie, I'll see you later. So, anyway, yeah, I'm in my new house now. I don't know if a lot of you guys know that, but I'm in my new house now, and we moved in November 9th, or November 7th we moved in, and I absolutely love it. It's so much different than the house that we used to live in, you guys. Like, it's just amazing. It's better, it's smaller, I can keep up with it. Like, it's not so hard to clean because it's not so big. And what I've been doing every day is like keeping a little schedule, to where I wake up, I do some laundry. Today I washed our comforters and our sheets so they would smell good and fresh. That's something I never did at my other place, And the reason why I didn't do it was because it was such a hassle to wash clothes. Because when I washed clothes, then I had to wring everything out by hand. It was a whole shit show. And so now that I have like the things that I need at my right here, I can do the tasks and complete them, And so that makes me feel so much better. It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders, But anyway, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of just I'm just kind of like talking about everything. What I would really like to do, since this is kind of like a new thing, I haven't gone live on YouTube in a really long time. What I would like to do is like ask you guys, like, what kind of videos what kind of live streams would you guys like to do on Wednesday nights? Do you want to do like a live stream where we pick something out that we're like learning about? Or do you want to do a live stream where, Kelly, you ain't lying, girl, it is hard. do you want to do a live stream where I put a link in the chat and then you guys can come up and share and it's more like interactive? I had bought a book. Will you hand me that book right there, Neil? Beside you? I bought a book, you guys, recently, and it's all about how to help an addict. And it's like literally, it's called Understanding and Helping an Addict. Okay. It's a fucking thick ass book. And so we could literally read through this and I could help you guys. You know, if you have a loved one that's struggling with addiction and you want to be able to help them, we can go through this book together and learn about how to help them and keeping our sanity at the same time. Hey, Faith, what's up, baby? Faith says, put a link. Okay. So you want to do one where you can come up and talk. Okay. I got you, Faith. I'm gonna put a check mark by Faith wants to be able to come up and talk. I got to get these babies in time for school, but I will come back and watch it later. Okay, see you later, baby. Thank you for always commenting and supporting my channel. I really, really appreciate it. So this book, I've been reading it, okay? And it like literally starts from the beginning. It teaches you about like the war on drugs. It teaches you about why addiction is a disease. It teaches you about each substance, cocaine, methamphetamine, alcohol, and it has a chapter on each drug. Okay. Like this one right here is about alcohol. Okay. And then it tells you how many current drinkers there are in the United States. It tells you about what are the side effects of drinking alcohol, what are, all that kind of stuff. And so it's super duper thorough. We could take like, what's a good idea? I've got an idea. Okay. So what we could do is each Wednesday, we could take a drug, okay, and read all about it from this chapter, okay? And so next Wednesday, what we'll do is we'll do the alcohol chapter, okay? And then the following Wednesday, we'll do the one on opioids, right? And it's like really, really thorough. Okay, then the next one is stimulants, and we'll just go through them. And so that way, if you're somebody who is in recovery or somebody that loves somebody that's in recovery and you want to be able to be there for them, but you don't understand what they're going through or the drugs that they're on, this will help you. I'm dealing with a family member using now. It's a different view than when I was an addict. Allison, honey, you ain't lying. I will tell you this. The hardest thing that I've ever been through was my husband relapsing while I was sober. Hey, Brandon, what's up? The hardest thing, because it was like, I'm supposed to know how to help because I'm an addict in recovery, right? And I help all these other people all over the United States of America online, right? But now that my husband is sick, I'm over here cussing his ass out, telling him that he's a junkie, that I want him to die because I'm so mad at him. You know why? Because it literally is something so emotionally close to our hearts. When you love somebody, the fear of God sets in when they relapse, because the thing that you start thinking is, oh my God, they're going to die. What if they die of an overdose? And that was all I thought about 24/7 was, what if Neil dies of an overdose? What if he dies? What if he dies? What if he dies? And I was literally giving myself a fucking ulcer from it, But what I finally had to realize is that I was like fucking up. I had to step back and let my husband like fail. I had to let him fuck his life up. And that's what I was trying not to do. I was trying to keep him from doing that by calling into his job, taking his car keys, taking his debit card. And that wasn't working because he was continuing to do what he was doing. And so I finally just stopped, and that's when he lost his job, and that really snapped him out of it, No, I can see you, Brandon. You're not blocked. That really snapped him out of his relapse, and he woke up and pulled his head out of his ass. But I'm telling you, it was the hardest thing. I was so upset all the time because I was mad and I was scared and all these different feelings, But I didn't realize that I was enabling him by doing these things to keep him from losing his job and stuff. Like I thought I was helping. I thought I was fixing things. But what it was doing was it was just keeping him going, And so it's really hard. And, a lot of people were telling me that you should leave him. You guys, like when you're married somebody, at least in my book, it's for sickness and in sickness and in health, you know? And so I'm not going to leave my husband because he's struggling with a disease of addiction, you know? Like, what? How does that make sense? Um, and I'm not going to just I'm not going to give him money to go get drugs, but I'm not going to just abandon him. You know, I want to be there for him and make sure that he stays safe at least and that he doesn't die, you know? And so, so many people were mad at me and telling me that I should kick him out and that I should, divorce him or separate from him. Now, don't get me wrong. If he was all fucked up, like I wouldn't let him come home where Nate was at. You know, he could go to his mom's house, or he could wait until Nathaniel was asleep and sleep downstairs or something like that. You know, but most of the time, you know, Neil would come home and he would already be like tired and sleepy and fall asleep. You know, but I just hate that, like when people, I hate that tough love mentality, because I feel like more people end up going out and dying because people push them away. Hey Pixie, what's up, babe? People push them away with that like tough love attitude, you know, and it's like each person deserves love and respect, and um being there for your addicted loved one doesn't necessarily mean you have to give them money. You don't have to shelter them, you know. But if they come to your house and they need something to eat or some water, like I would never withhold that, you know. And yeah, I just feel like too many people get things mixed. They think enabling and like basic human needs are the same thing, and they're not. You know. Okay, Brandon, I'll have to look. I haven't looked at my thing in a long time. Hey, Wendy, what's up, girl? Hey, I love me. What's up? And so, being with somebody and they're relapsed, it doesn't mean that you have to relapse. It doesn't mean that you're gonna relapse, right? Like I made the choice, like, okay, I'm gonna stay sober. You know, there was a point at thank you, I love me. There was a point when Neil was relapsed where I said, just go get me some drugs too. I'll get high too, damn it. And he wouldn't do it, you know, but I was so fed up and I was so mad. In my mind, hey Marie, I thought, you know what, maybe if I use too, then it'll make him not want to use, or maybe I'll know why he's using. But then that quickly faded and I realized how dumb of a fucking idea is that, dumb bitch. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck would you think that? Because if I start using, then all hell's gonna break loose. Because if he's using and I'm using, oh fuck no, shit's going downhill fast. You know. Oh, when we are both out of it, we both are like in a zone, and I think we might both have like ADHD or something, because we get in our own little zones separately, away from, like we'll be in the same house but we'll be like away from each other doing something, you know. And so I would that's why we have to stay straight, because my son, imagine him having his two parents checked out of life because they're fucking loaded. You know what I mean? Like the guilt and shame that I feel just from what happened to with my son whenever I was pregnant is so great. I can't even imagine like if I had, you know, done more than what I'd done then. And so I don't ever want my baby to have to go through that, you know. But loving an addict is the hardest thing that you will ever go through. It's harder than being a drug addict. The hurt hurts so much more because it hurts deep in your heart. And like I said, it's because of fear that you will lose your loved one and that they won't be able to recover. It's very, very scary. Now I know what my mom and dad felt like all those years that I was doing that bullshit to them. And I think about that, you guys, and it makes me get, you know, upset, because I realize how much hell I put my family through, you know, and I wish there was like a million ways that I could make it up to them and do all the things that I could do to let them know how much I'm grateful for them. Because my parents me and my sister put them through so much fucking bullshit while we were fucked up, you know? And I can laugh about it now, but it was really, really, really rough, you know, for my parents. And I can't imagine what that must have been like having two daughters who were strung out on methamphetamine. You know, and then they were raising my sister's little boy. And so it was just really, really hard. So now I know what they went through, you know, and I think that, you know, it's kind of crazy how God, you know, kind of sets things up to happen like that, because it's almost like, you know, God knew that this was going to happen. So I would experience this and be able to have that empathy and that understanding of what my family went through, you know. Um, and I worry every single day about my son, you know, becoming a drug addict, because he's just like us. He's just like me and my husband, you know. Um, and I pray every night that God protects my son and that my son listens and learns from my mistakes, you know. Because the only thing I know how to do is to let him know, you know, how it was for me and what happened, and educate him. And that's all I can do. I mean, what can you do, you know? And you know, I've made living amends. You know, I'm still making living amends to my parents, and I've tried to pay them back for like financial stuff, but they won't take it, you know. But I will be living my amends to my parents for the rest of my life, you know. um, there's like not enough stuff that I could do to make it up to them, you know. Yeah, I know, Brandon, I know. um, but it's just really hard. It's hard whenever you have someone you love that's struggling. So I have a whole new like feeling for those of you guys that reach out to me that are not drug addicts, your loved ones of drug addicts, and you reach out to me and you're like, Nicole, my daughter's on drugs. I have a whole new understanding for what you guys go through now. And I feel like I'm even more equipped to help you now. You know, at first I was kind of just helping blindly for people that, you know, were not drug addicts, but now I feel like I got the fucking tea now, honey. I know what to do. You know what I mean? And like I said, everybody's different. Like not every single drug addict is gonna, you know, respond to the same things, to the exact same kind of treatments. But I'll tell you this, okay? Talk about my mom. What do you want me to tell you about my mom? The girls. I don't know what to do because my auntie is on them. Oh, your aunt is on drugs? What drugs is she on? Um, so I tell you about my mom. My mom is like 60 and she's Mexican. My dad is Italian, and my mom was the one who was always there whenever like I would be real fucked up. I would come home or I would get picked up from the hospital, and my mom would like lay down and brush my hair and like watch me basically in hallucinations. And she would be the one for front and center to see me like literally talking to myself, swatting at things that weren't there, doing dances from my cheerleading days when I'm 35 years old. Because for some reason, whenever I would go into psychosis, a lot of the times I would revert back to when I was in high school. Gracie, Merry Christmas, honey. I would revert back to my high school days. So I would be literally 35 years old, you know, or 30 years old, and be doing my fucking cheerleading dances from when I was 17, you guys. I don't know why I did that, but I did it all the time. My husband actually took video of me doing it. Um, so embarrassing. When I think back to that, I just think about how stupid. I think a lot of the reasons why I would go back to being my teenager self is because I feel like I have a lot of like unresolved trauma from when I was a teenager that I never really like addressed, you know? And now I'm finally starting to like recognize that. Like, for instance, I was telling you guys about my dad. He used to spank us with the belt. And I never realized how traumatic that was for me. You know, that was fucking horrible. And I can remember being so fucking afraid of my dad. And I love my dad. He's a good man and he didn't know any better. This is back when most parents believed in corporal punishment, spanking their kids with belts, switches, paddles, all kinds of things. A lot of you kids, if you're like 20 years old or younger, a lot of you guys are lucky because your parents don't do that no more. But back in the day, we used to get our asses whipped. And it created a lot of young adults, people that are, broken and scared of their parents, and that's one of the main reasons why I couldn't talk to my parents, is because of that, because of the way my dad brought us up. So whenever I started experimenting with drugs and alcohol, there was no way I was going to go to my mom and dad and tell them. What, so I could get my ass beat? Hell no. So that's why I always tell you guys, like, if you have children, like, the best thing you can do is communicate with them. If your children do something wrong, talk to them, let them know, hey, what you did, you shouldn't have done this. This is why. These are the consequences for what you did, and let's change that. Hey, Cinnabear, what's up, baby? It was the norm to be smacked anywhere in public. Yes, pixie dust. My mama used to pull over on the side of the road. How many of you guys' mama's done that? When you're driving and there are like 3 kids in the back seat and your mom goes, if you don't shut up, I'm going to pull this car over on the side of the road and whoop your ass. Well, my mom would do that, pull over on the side of the road. Hey, Jesus is amazing. What's up? Your dad did that? You're welcome. And like I said, like back then, they didn't look at it like they do now. Like nowadays, if something like that happened, slay, you would literally get CPS called on you. It's so funny because my little boy, like whenever I try to like reprimand him, he'll go, CPS, mom. And I'll say, boy, don't even play. Because he doesn't remember that when he was little that he got taken away from me. So he thinks it's funny. And I'm like, oh, honey, if you even knew. So I've been watching these true crime shows, you guys, on TV of children who are like beaten and killed by their parents. It is crazy, dude. It is crazy. It is so different nowadays. It absolutely is. But anyway, I really want to. Okay, so now that there's more of you guys in here, can I ask you guys some questions about what kind of live stream you would like to do for next Wednesday? So next Wednesday, I'm going to go live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, like I did tonight. And I would like to know what topics you guys would like to talk about for next Wednesday. So let's figure some topics out. It can be anything, okay? If you are the child of somebody that struggles with drug addiction and you want to talk about, how addiction affects our children, if you're the parent, whatever, you just tell me what you want to talk about. I'm going to write it down and then we will talk about it. I know that a lot of people are following my account now that are children of addicts. Music, and then I took my headphones off. I heard my mom listening to a murder case. Oh, really? Me and your mama got a lot alike, huh? We're twins. What I'm thinking about is I think I want to do how addiction affects our children. I also want to do how to help somebody, or how to help your addicted loved one. Okay, bye the girls. See you later. I know a lot of you guys are on MAT like me, so I want to talk Suboxone and side effects. And if you're somebody who is on subs and you need help with anything, or you're on methadone and you need help, just message me. I will help you with whatever you need help with, okay? I can help you get inducted onto subs. I can help you transition onto Suboxone from methadone. I can help you do anything, okay? just give me shoot me a message on social media or email me. And my email is in my About Me section on this page, on this YouTube channel, so I can help you. Yeah, what do you want to know about MAT, Allison? Like, kind of give me some ideas of what you guys would like to talk about on subs. We can talk about Suboxone side effects. We can talk about sex on Suboxone. We can talk about does Suboxone make your teeth rot? Okay, because I know a lot of people want to know about that. And I'll tell you the answer to that real fast. So Suboxone is acidic, just like a lot of things are. Coke is acidic. Some fruits are acidic. Lots of things are acidic. But subs have a pH of like 3.4, I think is what it is. So anyways, they are acidic, so they can cause tooth decay. So what you need to do is you need to take some preventative actions, like brushing your teeth after an hour after you get done dosing. Brush your teeth. Okay. Another way that you can prevent this is by switching sides of your mouth that you place your strip or pill underneath. Okay. So that way you're alternating. That way you're not on the same side. Another way that you could help this is a lot of you guys swallow or keep that spit in there. I don't do that. I spit my spit out and I don't hold it in there. But that's totally up to you. Some people swallow it because they feel like they're going to, lose their dose if they don't. I wait until mine completely dissolves and then I spit the spit out. In my experience, swallowing the spit made me constipated. So there are ways to help with preventing it. And like I said, go to the dentist, make sure you brush your teeth. I totally understand that it sucks. And if you're on Suboxone and you're having a problem with your teeth, get on Sublocade, okay? Sublocade is a once-a-month injection of buprenorphine, all right? That comes in a 100 milligram shot and a 300 milligram shot. And you can get on that, and it'll change your life. It'll change your life. And my friend Kevin, he actually got on Sublocade. And there's a couple of videos before this with me and Kevin from last week when we were live. And he went from subs to Sublocade, and he had the best experience. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you watch it. But anyways, I got to get off here because I got to get Nate to do his homework, you guys. But that's what we're going to talk about. Next week is going to be a Suboxone talk. We're going to be on for about an hour and 15 minutes. So bring a pen and a piece of paper, and I'm going to share every single thing I know about subs with you. You want to see my tattoo? I got this tattoo last year for my sobriety birthday. And so the flowers right there are my son's birth flowers. And then that's a cage and a bird. So it represents my son setting me free from being a caged bird. The cage is addiction, and I am the bird. So my son, I always tell everybody that my son saved my life. He's what helped me get sober. And so I got that tattoo because I love my son, and it's kind of like for my son and then my recovery. So if you guys don't mind, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and invite your friends for our sub talk next week. And I'm going to be uploading videos all throughout the week, so don't worry, there's going to be more content to come. If you haven't watched my videos, there's like 3,000 videos on this channel. Hit the playlists, okay? Go to my playlists. Go to the relapse, chronic relapse story times. Go to the addiction story times. There's so many fucking hilarious videos that will make you laugh and keep you entertained. And so you guys watching my videos helps me out a lot, okay? So I really want you guys to know how much I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. And I will see you guys Wednesday. We're going to be talking all about Suboxone. Okay.